This week on Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered, the highs and lows of Highguard.
Hey, we played Resident Evil 9, so we're going to answer your burning questions.
There's talk of a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake.
Tonight, crimes in RuneScape.
Are your children safe? Welcome to another episode of Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered. Every week we go through the biggest things happening in gaming in a random order. They're in these letters.
A mysterious letter.
Yeah, and some of them could be from you.
That's right. In fact, if you want to maybe have the chance of having one of those, you can do so by emailing us your questions at gotchucovered@gamespot.com. I'm Kurt.
I'm Lucy. Let's get going!
The big news of the week is, can you guess what it is?
Was it Highguard?
It's Highguard. The FTP free-to-play multiplayer title from former Titanfall and Apex devs. However, didn't they remove that from the Steam page?
They sure did.
That's that specific little thing.
I think it's because of the wording being weird.
Yeah, what does that imply? Was it the guy who cleaned the toilets at the studios?
I mean, I've been on that.
I know.
The Wildlight's website, and it's like
dog.
a lot of people, like director level, and folks who've done a lot of amazing things on Titanfall and Call of Duties and whatever.
This is directed towards only one of us because Lucy, you have played it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I've been very busy, by the way. It's not that I haven't wanted to. I just,
You got stuff on.
I got stuff going on. You can check out on GameSpot, youtube.com/GameSpot.
Yeah, you sure can.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What are the Highguards and the Lowguards?
Oh, boy. Okay. Context. Highguard is a 3v3 free-to-play game that was the final game shown at the Game Awards last year, and it dropped this week on Monday. It allegedly was not supposed to have. It was supposed to be a shadow drop completely,
which is the Apex Legends
yes.
that was came out of nowhere.
Yes, very much the same playbook as when they revealed and released Apex Legends.
Not this time.
Not this time. So a lot of eyes going on it. The trailer didn't necessarily go down too well. A lot of people wanted to dunk on it from the very beginning. However, that's not my style, guys.
Yeah.
So I played a few hours on Monday night, and it is a real mixed bag.
Tell me what genre it is. If you can say one genre. Because I watched Jordan Ramay's preview.
Yeah.
If you haven't, go to that, watch that, read it. And it took Jordan about like 2.5 minutes of the video to kind of really instill what it is. Jordan did a great job instilling what it is.
Yeah.
But if you had to say, what is the genre? Doesn't even have a name yet.
Multiplayer.
That was good.
So the setup of the game is you're in your team of 3. You get to pick from different wardens with different abilities. Very Apex, very hero shooter, very Overwatch. And then you have a minute or so in your base to reinforce it because you have 2 generators to protect and then like a third big generator.
Okay.
So I suppose
CG.
Yeah, there are sieges. So kind of a little MOBA-y, I suppose, too. Like in League or whatever, destroy the crystal type thing. Very Valorant, very Counter-Strike too, I suppose. So you reinforce the walls around, and then after that's happened, you are free to go into the broader map, mine for currency, open chests that contain different guns, better guns, and shields.
And currency, you can go to a merchant.
There is a
right?
merchant
and buy
who
gear.
sells all the gear too, so you can very quickly equip your loadout. But then it's after each round, basically, that the stuff gets better. So, there's the push and pull of, do I want to buy all this stuff now, or do I want to hold on to it? So there's like
that's the Counter-Strike part of it. Yeah.
Then, when you're in this wide open space, the other team is also in there, but they're also gearing up. Then you get told the shield breaker. Oh yeah, the giant shield is around your base at this point. The shield breaker is here, which is sort of like a sword in the stone that appears in the map.
It's a race to get that.
Take it to the enemy base, use it. Grond comes in from Lord of the Rings, the big battering ram, and breaks down the shield.
So wait, hold on. So you get the sword.
You take it to the enemy base.
When you use it, it spawns a thing.
Yes.
So you don't get like...
It spawns a massive thing. It spawns a tower.
Okay.
Which has a battering ram in, but it also has a shop in it. and you can also stand and like pick people off.
So do you not get to use the sword to like do swords?
You put it in a stone.
So it's just a key.
It's a key.
Okay.
Then you try and blow up either the two enemy generators or the big one.
What's the big one?
The third generator. Like
Okay.
it has a name. I don't know what it is. Then so if you get defused or whatever, or you kill the enemy a certain amount of times before they can defuse the bomb, then the round is over. But every time your shield goes down, you lose like 30 points out of the 100. So theoretically, you can kind of have these like ebb and flow of, hey, we'll take that. But if they do both bombs, then you're out. You're out of there.
You're ouched.
You're ouched. So this is the problem with it.
Okay, let's. Are we gonna start with the Lowguards part of it?
No, I'll start with the Highguards.
Okay.
I like the character designs a lot.
Yeah.
Some of the wardens that I played, the one I really like in particular was Mara. I think it's a strange choice to only launch with one support character. But
Is that the one with the tendrils?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is essentially 2016 Symmetra
Sick.
from Overwatch. So her ultimate is a teleporter, and she can put little shields on people. She's literally just Symmetra. Anyway, but Scottish.
Oh.
And then there's a guy with fire. There's a guy with ice. There's who, again, not to be reductive and compare it to Overwatch, but the ice guy literally puts up an ice wall. I'm like,
Yeah,
come on.
which is in Valorant too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the archetype.
Yes.
It's
So
a legally distinct thing you need.
yeah, I like the fact that despite the map being so open and mostly kind of empty, the way you get to traverse it, a mount. So you have a horse. However, I immediately changed mine to
a
panther. I can't do that noise.
Is that what it sounded like?
I can't do it.
That's what it sounds like when it's whooshing by really fast.
Yeah. Shooting feels good.
Good.
Although shooting feels good. However, I was playing on Monday, so launch day, connectivity issues.
Oh.
We were loading clips into people and nothing was happening. However, for us, the time to kill seemed to be one bullet, and we were just like, ugh. There was a lot of rubber banding too. So it was kind of like this frustrating thing. Lowguards. It's going for too much. So first of all, the opening of the game, yes, it's going for the apex, hey, we just dropped in, we've got to loot. However, the map is too big and too empty. I think there should be mobs in there to to alleviate some of that boredom.
That's the MOBA
Yeah.
potential influence of like
There should
you
be
got your troops to kind of mix
something
things up.
else in there because yes, the other players are there in there with you, but it's like the map is so big and it's not like Apex where you're dropped in and there's 100 of you or whatever. So you don't really come across anything and it's kind of boring. I think the mining minigame and the currency needs to go. The mining minigame, first of all, I was playing on controller because I was it has secure, so this is the thing. I have a PC in my office. I cannot for the life of me get secure boot to work because every time I boot up into BIOS, it's like can't read the HDMI.
Nice.
And so I just can't get into BIOS. So I can't have secure boot on my where I play mouse and keyboard. However, I can in my living room, which is controller. Boring, I know. So I was playing on controller. The mining minigame, which is a quick time event,
Oh,
where
nice.
you have to hit it the right time to swing, is on the right thumbstick. That is insane. I hate stick clicks at the best of times. This, a QTE on a stick click? You can change it, but that's the default. I think that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I also think turning it into a QTE is weird.
I
Opposed to
agree.
just
because then you
get your tool and just
because
hit the shit out of it with a
if you
trigger.
miss it, then you have the frustration
Like, I have to
of
do it again.
well, you have to restart it.
Woof.
But if you do it successfully, then you get a free hit on the next one. There's just like just straight away. Anyway, so I think that part of it is bad. Not bad. Don't want to dunk. I just think it needs to be.
Well, I mean,
changed.
it's just
For me as the player, it was a frustrating time. Then there are other little quirks about it that ultimates don't necessarily work the way that they should. I was playing with my friend Ralph, and he was the fire guy. And the bunker, the thing we were trying to protect was underground. So Ralph was like, I'll use my big fire inferno ultimate. Well, it didn't come in the room. It was on top. It was raining fire above and just didn't come through. So we were like, oh, okay. And then, I don't know, there are some other little... I think the last game we played, which was actually when we weren't getting absolutely hammered by the sweatiest of players, I did have fun.
This is what I was waiting for.
I did have fun. We actually had a good game where the matchmaking actually paired us with people who were of a similar skill level. We had a really good back and forth, like we got into their base, they got into our base, and we had it where it was down to 5 points apiece. And so we had that great climactic final game. However, the 2.5 hours of before that it just didn't necessarily click. And that's the thing where we talk about this all the time. You just don't get a second chance at a first impression. Yes, gaming, we do love a redemption arc. Things are way more competitive now than they were in 2016 when Destiny and No Man's Sky are coming out. Like, you don't have that luxury anymore. And I think things were stacked against Highguard because of the Game Awards reveal, because of the reaction to it, because of the fact that they went silent. And that was all planned, I guess. But
well, I mean, the silent part, or
yes, because they were supposed to just shadow drop it.
But that doesn't. I mean, it sounds like the intention was, okay, Keely's like, I want to bring this here, but they themselves as a team, their PR, whoever, their comms, their marketing plan, didn't seem to want to adapt to that reveal. Instead, they just kept going on their merry way. Jean-Luc has the mic.
I was going to say maybe save this conversation for the next letter.
Okay.
Oh.
This specific conversation.
Okay, well, with that said, I have one question for you. You said it was fun.
Yep.
But I want to say, and I know what you say about a first impression is very, very true. Do you think there's something there that is at least unique that with a little finessing could become something good in a hypothetical world in which it's people give it a second chance?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
like enough is there.
Enough is there, and I think you got to find the fun, and I think the fun is there. It is just buried under a lot of systems that maybe feel a little superfluous.
Thumbstick QTEs.
That's insane.
Next letter.
Reported by our very own Jordan Ramey over on GameSpot.com, Highguard developer Wildlight Entertainment has revealed it originally planned to shadow drop its free-to-play raid shooter until host Jeff Keighley offered to highlight it as the final reveal of 2025's The Game Awards instead. The reveal didn't exactly go as planned, with many players' reactions to Highguard boiling it down to being just another hero shooter. As for the radio silence from the studio in the wake of Highguard's reveal, that was also part of the plan, according to Welch. I don't know who Welch is.
The director.
Whether the reception at the Game Awards was positive or negative, the intent was always to go dark until Highguard was playable. We just kept quiet because we knew the next thing we did should be the game itself, hands on sticks, and you decide for yourself. The internet has not been very kind to Highguard, causing some voices to speak out, such as Larian's CEO, Sven Vinka. I don't like people shitting on things others have created. Putting something out into the world makes you vulnerable, and that alone deserves respect, even if you dislike the creation. It's easy to destroy things, it's a lot harder to build them. The best critics understand this. Even when they're being critical, they do their best not to be hurtful. Question: what is the lesson we can take away from all this? That the internet was a mistake.
I have a lot of feelings about this.
Okay.
It's multifaceted.
Okay.
Because I think there is no one particular thing to blame. I don't think there's one particular person or thing or entity to sort of be like,
agreed,
this is why they did this. I think Sven's point is extremely valid as someone who wishes people would take a breath.
Yes.
And relax and not have to feel the need to say anything until they have the full context.
It is the Idris Elba, sit back, relax, not everything needs a reaction.
Exactly. You can see a trailer, not understand what that trailer is, and just move on. Like, that's it. That was my reaction. I saw it and I was like, I don't really know what I'm looking at yet. And like, I'm not going to, I could say like, sure, this thing, this, and this looks like generic thing, but like, I don't know what I'm looking at until I play it. That's most of my judgment to everything, which is why you never make me do a trailer reaction, because I'll just sit and be like, okay, yeah, when will I play it? The other part of this is, of course, like the Keighley effect of like, he clearly saw this and wanted to do something, and he, for whatever reason, felt that this was like, this is a thing that's going to be exciting. I was thinking about this on my walk to work today, but I was thinking about basically the Keeley effect. One of the things I kind of want, I mean, that was rattling around in my noggin, is this sort of moment where I don't want to blame Keeley, but there is something to the idea of him thinking, it's almost as though how do I phrase this? It's almost as though his clout, like his position in all this, thought that his ability to show this thing and tell people via memes on Twitter that like, just wait till Monday, is far more damaging than good, in the way that it's almost like he thought he was going to be right. And to like, and for anybody to assume that like, I know this thing's going to be good, like just because I am so-and-so in such position of the industry, doesn't like the viewer, like the players, the way in which we engage with the thing is always going to be the thing that matters in the end. And that's basically what I'm trying to say, is like, it's this multifaceted thing of the consumers, players, people seeing information and just needing to take a breath. They don't need to say something. Even Keeley, like kind of putting the developers in a position that like, if I talk about this, if I show this thing, it's going to be big. And that is not what's happening. That is not the narrative. I don't know if what I said just made sense, but
I get it.
It's the sort of like the look at the whole scope of it, to see it from as many perspectives as possible. And just like, would it have been different if they shadow dropped it? I believe it would have, but we'll never know.
I think the thing is as well, though, is that, again, this is something that we talk about all the time, is that it is so difficult to break through the noise. And if you are being handed a Game Awards reveal, like, I don't see a world in which that studio would not have taken it.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
And I think, I don't know, man. It's so difficult to say. Yes, this January has been very quiet. And the pedigree of the studio, in particular the games that they have worked on, they're not just doing the same thing again, but they've certainly taken a lot of the learnings, especially in how they planned to reveal and release the game. So I don't know. It's a tricky one. We don't have a sliding doors. We'll never know how this could have gone down otherwise. I certainly don't think they would have hit 100,000 players on day one. No. Without the attention. But yeah, you don't get a second chance at a first opinion. And so that's where we're at now. And I think to Sven's point, which I do agree with, Sven sure has been tweeting recently.
He's been very vocal.
I think he's been a little, just like passionate and getting it out there. And so I think his whole point here is like, I don't like people shitting on things. I don't like people shitting on things. I do not.
Me neither.
Yeah. Like, it is, if you just say something sucks and then it's like, oh, that's my opinion, something sucks. And it's like, well, what?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Like, why are you saying that?
Yeah. And so I hate the fact that we're a society. I hate the fact that now it is so much easier for people to just be shitty than it is to pay people like a compliment.
Or just shut up. Just shut up. just you don't have to say something. You just don't. Yeah. Chill out. Relax.
Cool it.
Cool it, dudes.
Just get a laugh.
Letter. Both of you, as in us, Kurt and Lucy, played Resident Evil Requiem for 3 hours.
Sure did.
A few weeks ago. We asked the audience, hey folks, to submit their questions for you to answer. Rapid fire style.
Okay.
Ooh. Batman. Okay. So
how do we
do this?
Okay,
There's a big old pile right there.
Like, who's doing what?
I can just go back and forth. Well,
okay, fine. Okay.
Hang on. Okay. It's like snap. Okay,
all right.
You go.
Okay. Does it play more like a follow-up to 7 and 8 or remake 2 and 4? Cheers.
Both.
I would say more 2 and 4. That's my thing.
But when you play as Grace, it's certainly more.
Kind of.
7, 8.
Only because it's first person.
Yeah, but like sneaking around a little bit.
Sure. I would say my fire off answer is 2 and 4. Sprinkles of 7. More so than 8.
Who was more scared, Kurt or Lucy? We were actually in separate rooms.
Yeah, so we actually
don't know. I was completely stoic the whole time.
Is that true?
Yes, I'm a freak. And there were people in my room, I'm not naming any names, who did like yell,
Fart.
jump, the whole shebang.
I would say I did not get scared, but I laughed a lot.
I laughed at the one-liners.
I laughed at the chaos. There was 2 scenes in that preview that I was like genuinely in my seat, like having to cover my mouth because I was laughing I laugh when I get really excited and even scared, I laugh. So I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was having a good giggle. Which was your favorite zombie worker? That's a good one. Go,
I like the guy who was really sensitive to noise because
Yeah.
you could easily kind of kite him around by
Quiet. There was a nurse at the top of the stairs who was having a nice
She
conversation.
was having a gab.
Who was just like, and that was it. She was having a really good time, just chatting with her zombie work buddy.
Did you both play on classic difficulty? We couldn't actually change the difficulty, so we played on normal. Does Leon not have any save stations?
We were not shown in the preview, and I don't think we can answer that.
Yeah.
But
How does he manage his items? Is there a box? Don't know because we didn't see his save points.
Grace does have a
but Grace
box.
sure does have a box. That's from Beans.
Beans. Thanks, Beans. What was your favorite thing about the game so far? At Xbox No More.
I just think it's a real fun amalgamation of Resident Evil.
Yeah, if I had to narrow it down, my favorite thing that I just keep talking about that I want to see more of because I'm excited to see how they evolve it is that damn chainsaw.
The chainsaw.
And how they incorporate it into arenas with multiple chainsaws and seeing those
waiting
things.
for a boss fight with it.
I'm waiting for a lot of things involving those chainsaws. Or having them go face to face with a chainsaw you can't pick up. Ooh.
How much AFPS or a farm per second did Leon do in the 3 hours of gameplay you played versus compared to his previous games?
What does that mean?
11D. So aura farming, you know?
No, I don't.
Aura farming is
I'm a
when
geezer.
you like, you just like hot and you know it. And
you farm the aura?
Farm aura around
Oh.
you. He was, those arms,
his triceps through his shirt.
obscene. He's got
like
the one
Chris
liners.
from 5 levels of just like
No, Chris is a gorilla, a misshapely human being. Leon Kennedy just looked like the man was working on his triceps a lot and was like, today I'm going to wear a very tight blue shirt to work.
Yeah.
I would say
Max aura farming.
his aura farming, there was a shot very close to his face and it was captivating. He looked good. They did a good job with his mug. Okay. Does Leon gameplay have any improvements when compared with the RE4 remake? That would imply that improvements need to be made. Coming from the guy who gave that game 10 out of 10,
Yeah,
GameSpot.com,
rightfully.
reviewed by Kurt and Davina, there were no improvements. I would
There
say
were additions.
There were additions
But no
and
improvements.
evolutions, but I would say no improvements unless you have a different.
Doesn't need to be improved.
Doesn't need to be approved. At S11X.
Does this game feel like it is made more with new fans of the series in mind or old, or perhaps both?
Both.
Turtle deity. Yeah, both.
Both.
Both. Yeah.
Do you think the game is much more scarier than any Resident Evil game? At Daddy851. Did Leon Kennedy submit this?
Whoa.
Too soon to say.
Too soon to say.
I mean, Resident Evil 7 still probably holds the for scariest. Although I would argue that I had a scarier time playing Resident Evil 2 remake than I did Resident Evil 7 because that game is stressful.
Yeah. How scary is the stalker enemy? I had to mod out Mr. X in RE2 remake. No name on this one.
I would say both of them are. I mean, the two that we've encountered, which is Big Eyed Lady and then Big Boy Guy,
Yes.
are. I would say Big Lady is definitely terrifying. Big Boy is very,
Yes.
very stressful.
Big Boy is very stressful, and especially because of the way that he gets jammed in the corridor, so he actually
He's
makes you
like-
reroute around him.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's about both of them is that there are certain places that you like. It feels like there's more safe areas,
Yeah.
in terms of the lighting or things that he can't fit through.
Correct.
It's more like
yeah.
map knowledge, I guess.
I would
And
say- yeah, I would
so
agree.
the initial experiences with them are very scary, but then once you get,
You can bait them easily,
Yeah.
kind of in a way. So,
yep.
but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more of them.
Yeah, me too.
2 questions put together. Honest option of third-person mode. Does first or third person feel better?
I don't think I wouldn't say feel better. I think
it's how you want to rock.
It's just however you want to play.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely did play Grayson first, and I played
Me
Leon
too.
in third, but that is how it's defaulted, and it just felt good.
Yeah.
Both felt good.
Was it crispy?
Ooh.
What does that mean?
I mean, got a little,
Crispy.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. You just
It's,
you pinched your fingers together.
I was thinking about toast. I would say a nice burnt outside with a soft center.
I don't know what this means. You can go.
Did you play on PC with path tracing? We played on a PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah. I know that Lucy loves her puzzles.
What the fuck? So do I.
Kurt does too. Are there any good ones you guys encountered? I actually brute forced a puzzle accidentally.
Was it the molecule one?
No.
Or the Braille
So
one?
I like the Towers of Hanoi one,
Okay.
which is how I'm referring to the molecule ones where well, it's not even really Towers of Hanoi. It's like
There's one I did brute force my way through.
So there are these certain puzzles where you have these cabinets and you need to figure out a combination to open them, and the combinations are made up of little pictograms of sun, star, moon, and
So you could potentially
brute force if you have a lot of time. But there was one I can't, per the embargo, we can't actually talk about like solutions and stuff. But I kind of did it accidentally, and I was like, oh. I'm a genius. But then because I did it, I didn't realize that I then followed the puzzle solution track. And then I got the solution. I was like, oh, I've already done this. I didn't need to do all this.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in that none of the puzzles game like made me struggle. There's the ones that we encountered in that section were very solutions in the room. And if it's not, it's like a piece you're missing elsewhere.
Just remember to read everything.
Just read everything.
Read everything, gang. I've got a lot of questions. Damn.
I know. Jeez, thanks everybody. Is it more spooky or shooty? It's both.
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 Why not both? Does Grace have additional ways of eliminating enemies like Leon does, for example, kicking in heads, etc.?
She can push people. And there is a purple syringe was like a Hail Mary. One-shot kill for lowly dudes, but not
Yes.
quite the hatchet swinging.
No.
Take
It also takes a
down,
lot of resources to make those.
curb stomping things. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
She could just do a little. Why does the Requiem gun? Oh, I'm sorry. Where does the Requiem gun rank in Resident Evil weapons? I don't know yet.
I only shot it. We only had like one bullet for it.
I got like 3. I found them.
I didn't.
I found some extra ones.
And it shot through 2 zombies, so it was pretty powerful,
Yep, but not all of them.
but not all of them.
Don't know yet.
Yeah. No. Did Leon do any backflips?
He's like 50 years old. I don't know yet. I don't think I saw any, but he did do cool stuff.
He did.
No backflips. Not yet. Is the map like 8, as in know when you're done searching a room? Oh yeah. It has the
door.
the Resident Evil
Trademark of
you check your map and then the room will be red
Yep.
and will turn blue once you've found all the items in it. So
marks all the items on your map too, and blood when you're playing as Grace, which you need for crafting. Does the chainsaw have infinite gas or does it need cans?
the chainsaw does not have a resource, but there is a design in which you cannot take it from room to room.
Yep.
Basically, at the end of it, like the first arena that we did as Leon, in order to get out of the room, you have to use the chainsaw to saw through a barred door, which breaks the chainsaw in the process. So I don't think it works that way.
Did I ever tell you about the time that my dad had a chainsaw? My dad borrowed a chainsaw from his friend to cut down a tree, and he put the chain on backwards.
Ooh!
So if anything, he just burned his way through a tree.
Did he just do it that way the entire time?
Not smart.
Give Leon a call. Is going back and forth, by the way, characters jarring? The way they paced it out in this preview, I would say actually no.
I think you do a good chunk of time between each one. I wouldn't say you're going,
Yeah, I would also say like playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, for example, does a really good job of pacing high caliber sort of action set pieces and then calms them down with more close quarter stuff. So it's kind of like that already, but just by switching characters instead. So far, not jarring. If anything, felt damn good to step into the shoes of other folks at times.
Cinevic 1680. How does this differ from the multi-protagonist playstyles of RE6?
Oh, I mean, they're not even comparable. RE6 is a series of 2-player campaigns, both of which of those characters play the exact same, can do the exact same things. With this, there is a different play style that completely contrasts one another, not even comparable. Resident Evil Requiem seems like it's going for the same idea as RE6. I'm sorry, I don't think it is. Trying to merge the more action-focused playstyle and traditional disempowered survival horror aspects of the earlier games. Again, having booted up Resident Evil 6 recently to kind of confirm that feeling, that's an action game through and through. Unfortunately, this mix led to the creation of one of the worst games ever made. Wow. I mean, it's not a good Resident Evil game, but I have fun with it. What do you think Requiem is doing to avoid falling into the same traps, especially with how powerful Leon seems to be? Do you think they'll finally succeed in making the ultimate horror experience? Love the show. Oh, thanks at Punch'em8947. Thank you. Thanks. What do you think?
What are they doing to not make the mistakes? I mean, that was their problem with 6, is that they went all in on action, didn't work out for them because they realized people like to be scared. And then look how they course corrected for 7. And I think with 7 and 8, they've shown that they are really willing to do experimentation. They are really leaning into that M rating and getting really weird and gross with shit. And I think they've learned and perfected, especially with working on the older games through remakes, is that there needs to be that ebb and flow.
Yeah. Do not deny the fact that this game is not out. Like this, it may not stick the landing. It may not work.
Yeah.
So I'm completely well aware of that. The thing I will say about Capcom is the difference between when they put out Resident Evil 6 versus what they're doing now is I don't think they had. First off, the world of video games was different back when that game came out. Uncharted was a thing, and the way in which people viewed games was different. It was more like a TV show that you played, and that's kind of what they did with RE6. This is Capcom in a post-era understanding the roots of where they came from and evolving that rather than trying to adapt to something new.
Agreed.
So that's why
Capcom is, I would say, the only big developer right now that is really like not trend chasing.
Yep.
They are completely confident in their own product and IP, and they are willing to experiment with them. Capcom is on like such a tear right now. It's incredible.
Here's a lot of these.
Yeah, damn. Mike's Barrow project. What do the blister heads look like?
Oh, I never actually talked about the blister heads in my preview, so you must have got that
Which
from
ones are the blister heads?
It's like, for context, since we weren't told that we couldn't talk about this. I just chose not to talk about it in my preview because I thought it was exciting. Is basically when the zombies like.
Oh yes.
Pussy, big, gooey, fleshy head ball.
Yeah, and then I kind of forgot that they were there, and then I was like, ah!
Yeah.
There was a guy like right towards the end of the preview in Grace's section that got me multiple times because I just kept forgetting that he was coming back.
If I could say anything, just be ready to be surprised.
Yep.
How is the balancing act switching from Grace to Leon and Leon to Grace? And do you solve puzzles as Leon? Too soon to say if you solve puzzles as Leon.
Yeah, didn't see puzzles as Leon.
We literally only played Leon as like 30 minutes total? 20 minutes? Yeah. Balancing feels good so far. Time will tell.
Oh, the thing I did like about Leon though is that
Cabinets,
so you revisit the same areas that you might have been as Grace, and there are these certain doors and cabinets that she can't open, but Leon can because he has a little hatchet. So it's nice to recontextualize the space that you think you know that way. Also
leaves some interesting implications for switching back and forth. Who knows if you can leave resources for another.
Oh, yeah. Wild Kyle strikes. Do you think there will be a type of vendor in-game to buy guns from, not necessarily the merchant, but like a gun shop or counter that takes whatever currency is shown on Leon's briefcase screen? And do you think there will be as many weapons as the RE4 Remake Village? Thanks in advance. You guys rock.
I have an answer because the director told me.
Oh! The
director didn't necessarily reveal exactly what it is, but they said, so Grace has the ability to find these antique tokens and unlock things for her, which is very Resident Evil 2 Remake with the locker in the Raccoon City Police Department. He did tell me Leon will have something to engage with to be able to unlock stuff and do things. So I'm guessing there is definitely going to be a merchant, but a guess. Does the bloodstains remain in its place or just disappear after a while?
They remain. Because they are a resource to use in crafting, and they are on your map.
Yeah, thanks at Niazmak Denovic 1196, and bless you, Jean-Luc.
Auto acceleration U5H. Does Leon use the item box? We don't know.
This one's from Stu Kimball, 97. Nude Leon?
We didn't see him nude.
Or did we?
That doesn't mean that he won't.
You don't need... I mean, Nude Leon. Nude Leon's in all the Resident Evil games if you try hard enough.
Thank you for your questions, everyone.
I know.
That was a lot of
Holy
them.
smokes.
Oh my
People
God.
have a lot of questions about this game, as did I. Thanks, folks.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Next.
Rumor. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake is reportedly planned for announcement later this year and is being worked on from the same team that did RE2 and 4 remake. Is this the Resident Evil remake you want to see? And what's your wish list for a Code Veronica remake? I never played Code Veronica, so this is all you.
Code Veronica is a interesting game in the series. 50% of it is a game I enjoyed playing.
Okay.
The other 50% is a game that I did not enjoy playing. It's
Okay.
quite literally down the middle. Like the first half of the game, good. Then you hit a soft lock, bad. You played that game, you get past a soft lock, pretty good. Then you hit another soft lock, bad. Then you switch to Chris Redfield, bad. Just bad. And then you get to the final boss, bad. And then you see like the reveal of the thing of of a certain character, bad. Not just bad, problematic. So I've done a lot of thinking about this because I don't want to see a Resident Evil 5 remake.
Okay.
I don't want I don't want to. No, it's not even like the Punching Rock. I just don't. I feel like we're now like Requiem can be a churning point, which is bridging the remakes and the current games together, and it's like cool. We are now creating a new like trajectory. Let's go. Code Veronica. I don't think I want to see a remake. What I want to see is a continuation for Claire Redfield. And Code Veronica was originally supposed to be deemed Resident Evil 3. That was supposed to be the direct sequel to 2. And that actually makes sense because you have Leon, you have Claire, they go on their separate ways, and you see Claire go on her journey to continue to find Chris. And Leon goes and finds Ashley and, president, daughter. Leon, pervert. So anyways, my answer is I would like to see a game. I would like to see Claire's Resident Evil 2 remake Claire's story continue and her get justice and her try and find Chris. I think there are elements of Veronica, but if I were to hope for anything of that team that has done an incredible job of remaking those games, honoring the past while giving something new and amazing to stand just alongside.
Were you also looking at that
Yeah,
cat
there's a
hair?
hair. There's
There was
a
a
cat
cat
hair
hair.
flying.
And I was like, is that one of mine or is that one of yours?
To stand alongside, not on the shoulders, but right alongside the original. And Code Veronica is one of those things where I think it as an opportunity for that studio to take what they've learned from Requiem as in terms of storytelling and telling new stories while honoring mechanics and design philosophies and do something cool and interesting and new for Claire. Because I just don't think
You explained to me.
trying to tackle that game reasonably and respectfully will be easy. Lastly, and Jean-Luc Saipke agrees with me on this. You played it for the first time, what, like last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
First time.
Resident Evil Veronica is the turning point of where we basically got like the worst sort of, is basically when they try to go all deep in the lore.
It's not just zombies, it's zombie espionage.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like that kind of
All right.
5-6 era
Yeah.
storytelling that they've thankfully mostly abandoned. It kind of keeps popping up on the periphery, but
I mean, Village did something similar towards the end of that game where they were like, we're just
Dude.
gonna do something wacky, and it's like, please don't.
a stain on an otherwise excellent game.
So anyways, long-winded answer maybe, but I just want to see another Claire story. Claire got a new story in Revelations 2, but Revelations 2 is not as popular as the others at Resident Evil games. And I just think like the new era of Claire has the chance to do something cool. So yeah, you know what? I'm here for it, but it's gonna take a lot of
work,
a lot of
convincing.
tinkering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next. Letter.
Oh, you're British. The UK court, the UK Court of Appeals has ruled that stealing in-game gold in RuneScape is criminal theft.
I mean, yeah.
I wonder what that entails. Because last week I told the story about dubiously buying gold in World of Warcraft from someone who farmed gold and then sold it to me. So it's not stealing, and then I paid.
Yeah, you paid. That's a legal transaction.
Pre pay for
Pre-auction house stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, interesting thought. What's the worst thing you've ever done in a video game? Tell the other host your gaming crimes, and they'll decide your sentence. Did I just kind of say what my gaming crime was?
I think so.
Was that a crime though? That you could argue that.
I think, yeah. I mean, okay, so for new listeners, back in 2009, playing World of Warcraft, I was catching up with my friends. They were already like on their way to level 80. I was a lowly dude starting off with my old buddy Druid, Torin Nomicron. I miss him so. And I had to get money fast. And before you could pay for gold in games, I found a way online to contact someone who farmed gold in the game, met me in a field.
It's the meeting in a field that I really
It was a
enjoy.
vacant farmland field. We met in the fields. We opened our trading windows. And just like a normal transaction, gold comes into my inventory. And then I turn to my laptop on PayPal. And ding. Transaction complete.
Wow.
Goes on their merry way. Is that illegal? Well, using real life money for in-game currency in a way before companies were
Wild
like,
West.
I know.
Before
companies were
Blizzard
like,
was going to take their cut.
Yeah.
If anything, you put money into someone's pocket.
Yep.
Directly.
I helped. I contributed.
And I helped. I didn't do any. I don't do bad stuff in games.
Right.
Like I used to play a lot of May and Lucio, and I would be annoying, but I never did anything bad.
Did you do anything that you felt was dirty? Like when you were like kicking someone when they're down, sort of act of crime and violence.
I would say peak Overwatch time. Yeah, maybe like just, I don't know, 0. I mean, I would bully Mercies.
How?
Well, okay, so
Now we're
back
getting
to 2016, 2017, the way that Overwatch used to work is that Mercy could res like a bunch of people at once. It used to be her ultimate. And for that reason, it meant that all Mercies would basically hang around at the back, healing as they go, wait for a bunch of their team to die, and then pop an ult to res them all at once. They changed this. They reworked her so that she, like, resing was an ability, but she could only do one. And I think the cooldown was set to like a minute or something, so it wasn't too overpowered. So in the early days of Overwatch, Mercies would be your prime target. And for a long time, I would play a lot of Diva, but in particular May. May being the little freezer, she has the ice gun. So what it would be fun to do is sneak off, wall in a Mercy, like put the wall up so they couldn't spring to, because Mercy's other ability means that like if she jumps and she's like healing someone or damage boosting someone, she'll like fly to them. Put a May wall up so she couldn't do that, and then just kill her, because Mercy's typically would never be very good at swapping to their actual gun to kill you. And being May means you could just freeze them, and they would be like I would just bully Mercy.
Did you say things?
I would be on like team chat. I wouldn't be on.
But what would you
general.
be? You would be on the team
Nice
chat.
to see you.
Okay. I wouldn't call that a crime.
You know, it's playing the game. See, that's the thing. Like I mean, you can definitely say that I would do, you know, the classic Sims killings. You know, get the gerbil, get everyone like sick from the gerbil. That was a weird thing that they did in The Sims. Like if you had a pet gerbil, you could get like a sickness from it and die in The Sims 1.
Wait, in Sims 1? Mm-hmm. I guess I never
I
had
think
a
the
gerbil. in that
gerbil
game.
came in an expansion pack, though. I don't think it
Okay.
was base game. You know, make little rooms and lock people in, like lock a family member in there so they would paint and go insane. And then if they didn't make any more paintings, I would put a fireplace in there and set them on fire.
Sounds like a crime.
You should be arrested.
Okay. You should be.
You know what? You should be forced into a small room to paint, and you probably have a good time.
I was going to say, you said that, and I'm just like, great.
Because that also sounds like a dream to me, to be honest.
Yeah. I'd be like, wow, I'd be alone with my own thoughts.
Yeah.
I could be creative.
Yeah.
I'm not online. Perfect.
Also, in regard to the Overwatch thing, California does have anti-bullying laws that could result in up to 1 year of jail time or $1,000 in fines. Those don't feel comparable to each other, but that's, you know.
No, they are. They are. Thank you, Jean-Luc.
Thanks, Jean-Luc.
We need a force that is not on the other side of the hammer.
All right.
Court.
I don't know.
I feel like we're the ones at the defense.
Yeah. The defense rests.
Yeah.
The defense is hungry. Let's get another level.
Viewer mail.
Hi, Curtin and Lucy. What
me,
is the
Curtin.
reason?
It's just me, Curtin.
Imagine if your full name was Curtin.
Curtin. For what it's worth, there was like a Zoom call once where the AI transcription couldn't get my name right, and it called me Kirk Juggles.
Yep. Kirk Juggles.
It's Kirk Juggles here. Okay, Curtin. Hello.
What is the reason that AAA game dev takes so long in this day and age? GTA 6, Elder Scrolls 6, etc. I love what you do. Thanks for being awesome. Keep on gaming. Apple pie.
Apple pie.
Apple.
Apple pie? Their name is Apple pie.
Apple.
Apple pie. Apple pie. Thank you, Apple pie.
So the two ones that you have listed here. So GTA 6, I mean, that game has taken so long because Rockstar makes an incredible amount of money
It's
from
the most
GTA 5.
It's the most highly profitable piece of art to ever be created.
And
they don't have an urgency to have to make something.
And
to get
also,
it out.
Rockstar at this point is so particular that they will release that game when they want to. So that's on them. Elder Scrolls 6, to me, it's one of those conspiracy theories where they announced it before their acquisition from Microsoft, and I feel like it was a bump up the old share price thing. Don't worry, gang, we got Elder Scrolls 6 coming.
Yeah, that was a bump at the sharehold price, and of course, we need more people. We need jobs. It was like a calling card to be like, you want to come work for us and work on that game, sort of thing. And then, of course, at that time, the industry has changed
Considerably.
a lot, and we had a pandemic, and we had all the other things.
Why does stuff take so long? Because everything.
Graphics.
Kill you. It's because everything has to be bigger because shareholders think that bigger equals more value, and that is not necessarily always the case. There are other factors, that is one of them. But yeah, it's also graphics and fidelity, and that is more
Evolving technology, bigger teams, more money needed for teams.
Yep.
A constantly rapidly changing landscape of trends that come and go within, I mean, a matter of sometimes weeks, months. A thing that you're working on a trend that's popular in 1 year will not be relevant 4 years from now when that game is actually probably ready to finally ship. There's so many reasons. I still, and I would love for someone to message me and say, hey, buddy, stop saying that because you're wrong. And I mean this sincerely. So please, I want to be corrected, but I really do have this, my own, it's just graphics. I just feel like there's so much emphasis and push and need to reach a certain point in graphical fidelity and using certain technologies and getting actors and getting it to look a certain way. And it just to the point where it's like people don't even have the machines to run these games half the time. And
in 2026, we certainly won't.
well, yeah. So yeah.
I mean, because the three examples people point to of like that are actually putting out games at like a decent clip would be like Capcom, with like Resident Evil,
their own engine,
exactly
that they're evolving,
that
and
they
working
evolve and work on, and I would say it's like more iterative upgrades. RGG, which again, same thing,
their own thing.
Yep.
Like I mean,
That
they work with Unreal, but it's still like they reuse assets. in a way that
very
is
smartly.
Kings of
tasteful.
Reese. Yes, it's-
And then from software, which again, I
Yeah.
would say the same thing. Like
Yep.
if you look at first Dark Souls all the way up until Elden Ring, yes, it looks better, but that still uses like a lot of the same underlying
Yep.
the foundation
structure
of how
and
those games
foundation.
function don't change so dramatically.
Yes.
Well, it's also, I don't think it's any coincidence that those are 3 Japanese companies. There's also the fact that work culture in Japan, it is not usual to hop around companies. Usually you join a company and you stay there for a very long time. And specifically with those franchises and those companies that you mentioned is that a lot of those key names, and Nintendo especially, I'm currently reading Keza McDonald's book on Nintendo, so this is very much top of mind. It's very good if you are in any interest in Nintendo at all, or even if you don't, there's a lot of stuff in there that even I'm learning, and I thought I knew a bunch about Nintendo. But it's like the whole point is that people stay there for a long time. They are familiar with their tools, with each other, with their properties. It is not
They also get to retain lessons and then
institutional knowledge.
share that knowledge with new people. There's not.
I love the way that Nintendo works because
Yes.
it's like, yeah, you could be working on Super Mario Brothers Wonder with someone who created the first Mario.
Yes,
like who
and you
worked
could
on the
be
first
new,
Mario.
and you could be able to turn to the person next to you. The one thing I was going to say is now having covered Resident Evil games for the near 7 years that I've worked here, and interviewed a lot of the producers and developers, and even the director of Requiem, the one thing that I kind of pick up from every single one of them, especially as they do remakes and new games, is like, well, we've been here for 20 years. We've been here for 25 years. Oh, most of the team working on Resident Evil 4 remake worked on the original game. The guy who's directing Requiem, he directed, you can say what you want about it, but he's been there doing Mercenaries 3 on the 3DS. He directed Revelations 1. So like he's been there for long enough to know like what this series has been through, including 6 and all that jazz. So yeah, institutional knowledge.
Yep.
Japanese companies. Anyways, I don't know if that answers the question, but I do think that you bring up an excellent point of just work culture and the difference, and like we don't have in over,
Japanese work culture, they don't lay everyone off at the end of a game shipping,
Yeah.
and then everyone has to find new roles and get acclimated in new teams. It's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, later. Viewer mail was the wrong way around.
Hi, Kurt and Lucy.
Hi.
Kurt, in a recent episode, you talked about how the VR gaming industry is hard for a gamer to get into because there are too many games that are exclusive to a particular VR hardware. I appreciate hearing this as I just don't hear as much about the VR gaming industry in the same way that I hear about console or PC gaming. My question for you is, sorry, Lucy,
It's fine. I had a question earlier. It's fine.
if you had the power to make industry level changes to VR gaming, how would you shape that industry? Whoa, geez Louise, dude.
Wow.
James, you are asking a God hand like question to me. Big changes. Okay, so shape that industry. Big changes, small changes. Would your ideal state of VR gaming have a home console era equivalent? Keep up the great work, all of you. Jean-Luc included, but not Spencer Gilbert, the producer of the show. It's okay.
And Emilio.
I know. And Emilio, the wonderful editor of the show, and Spencer Gilbert, who I
And
guess writes
Spencer
some of these
Gilbert.
questions. Anyways, your show is great to watch. Whew, that's a relief.
Thanks.
I always listen as soon as it's available. Bam! Just compliment and sandwich. I'm getting ready for the bat. I'm getting ready for like that. And by the way, you suck. It doesn't say that. For your card picking segue, it might be amusing to watch one of you try to pick up the last card with chopsticks. Just a thought. Well,
Oh, okay.
James,
We'll do that for you.
little do you know, I'm a chopstick wizard.
Did the Who sing that?
Chopstick wizard. All right. I was doing a Roger
All right.
Daltrey impression.
Yeah, he went. So we little Pompidou moment. But every morning we have a stand up, and if you're dialing in from home, I complain a lot because it's difficult to hear.
Yeah,
so we got
it's
a little
annoying.
stick mic yesterday. So I was chairing it this morning. I felt like Dolly Parton singing "Islands in the Stream."
Islands
In the stream. You were embodying Roger Daltrey because you were like,
Yeah, I know.
was great.
It was great. I'm awesome. Just like Roger Daltrey.
you got tomatoes thrown at you in the chat.
And
I got polite
and I'm-
applause.
Oh, because you asked for it. All right, enough of this. You suck.
Enough.
Enough.
Fix the VR industry, Kurt.
How would I fix the VR industry? First and foremost, I would shatter the walls of exclusivity. Like that's it. Like
Mr. Indarina, tear down these walls.
Like I think exclusivity is fine. Like I think like it is a reasonable business model to know that you have something of value and is good and you want to keep it for yourself. But the idea of keeping everything for yourself is where you only harm other people who just want to consume, the ability to allow people to consume good stuff. So my first, like if I were to be a realistic business person in this, I'd be like, you know what? I know this one game is good. I know this game is so good. We're going to hold this one. But there are 10 other games that are so good. Everyone else should be able to play these. Those games being the Resident Evil series. I know I've talked about Resident Evil a lot, but it is very emblematic of like the VR experience, I would say, because they are actually one of the big AAA hitters that support being able to play those games flat and also offering VR. Not saying that all those experiences are good, by the way. I did not like Village VR.
I can't play it in VR, so,
I know.
you know.
Sorry, let me just go over this again because it's a big question.
I have a suggestion if you want.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Sape, he's rolling in. Jean-Luc's on my board. is here to contribute. Go ahead.
So something I'd like to see is more smaller, like little bite-sized VR experiences. $5, $10 type games. I feel like,
Level entry.
yeah, things that are like, you know what? We're just trying something out. We're experimenting, and here's a little fun little game we made. I feel like you don't see that as much, and I imagine a lot of that has to do with the fact that VR is such an investment that you maybe were like, well, we need it to kind of be like a bigger thing. But I think maybe if these studios get the time to kind of just like try things out, I would love to just have little bite-sized VR experiences. I think that'd be cool.
I think that like when VR first started, we did have a lot of that, and then like a certain evolution of trying to like create probably that AAA. I almost called it disease, but like the idea of like trying to like we need to make a
What
big
killed Kurt?
thing.
He's got a real bad case of the triple A's.
Yeah, you're right. That was good, Lucy James.
It wasn't.
Take that to your stand-up comedy. Anyways, small changes.
Get Nintendo in.
I mean, Labo.
Well, I mean,
they did their,
Labo.
they did.
What do you mean the Virtual Boy is coming back?
Yeah, but I was
Virtual
going to say
Boy is
Virtual Boy's
coming
coming back.
Anyways, and to your point of like VR gaming have a home console era equivalent, I think yes, there needs to be. Hopefully, technology will be at a point where these people can make standalone VR headsets, and that's why I'm
Plug your phone in.
hopeful. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, Google had the cardboard.
They
thing,
did.
for a
They
while.
did. Everybody's doing a cardboard VR thing.
Yeah.
So my real big thing, like the number one thing that I think would just solve a lot of issues, not solve the financial thing that comes with VR, but at least solve a big burden is just the exclusivity issue between all these companies. And I hope the Steam, I can never remember the name of it, Steam Frame?
Steam Frame.
I don't know if the Steam Frame is going to be a magic bullet, but I just know that it will be probably the easiest thing to point anyone to. If you have ever had any curiosity of VR, I would just be like, get this thing. It will be
Get it.
When it comes out, and if it's at the right price, and if it all makes sense. I'm jumping the gun on that, but it, to me, in theory, hypothetically, seems like it could solve a lot of the issues that I would like to see solved. So, thanks, James.
That does it for another episode of Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching this here video version, Kurt, what about, I heard there's something about audio version?
Yeah, speaking of hearing, why don't you just forget about looking at us? You don't need to watch us. You don't need us to soil your eyeballs and your vision for the
I
day.
put makeup on today, man.
You didn't have to.
I did.
And if we did audio version only, which we won't because I enjoy people, tuning in. Anyways, if you could listen to us in your car.
Yeah, if you want to.
On a thing with a device that has the podcast stuff, or while you're cooking or cleaning or walking. That's how that works.
Yeah. We'll be back again next week. Email your letters to gotchacoveredgamespot.com. Love you. Bye.
Bye.